I'm Matt Hart, and I love wrestling. Every time I step in the ring, I can be who I want to be. I feel alive. It's been a constant in my family's life. It's, formed us, made us who we are, brought us together as a family. Wrestling saved my life.
I never thought in a million years that I'd be able to live out my dream of teaching wrestling. I'm really looking forward to tonight, and I think it'll be fun. Remember, after each time, stand up, take 2 steps back, and then try again. All right. Nice. Nice. Some of these kids are probably going to come from a rough neighborhood or a rough past or a rough upbringing. And, wrestling could be the very same outlet for them as it is for me. They learn who they are as a person. This is the spot. It's going to build character. It's going to, bring out the best possible person in a lot of these kids. And hopefully that's what we achieve here.
My family, the Hart family, has been promoting professional wrestling in Western Canada since 1948. A lot of famous wrestlers came out of my dad's promotion. My late husband, Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, his cousin and tag partner, the Dynamite Kid, my brothers Bret the Hitman Hart, and my brother Owen Hart. My brother Smith is actually trying to bring wrestling back to the Calgary territory, and he's promoting Hart Legacy Wrestling with his son, Matthew.
I refuse to answer under the grounds that it may incriminate me, but I'm Smith Hart. I'm proud to be here. I've been training my son Matthew a lot lately, and he's come along very well despite his tender age, and he seems to be very enthusiastic. He's got that good, positive mental attitude. So it's just a matter of just sticking to the plan and hopefully staying injury-free.
Matt Hart, he's actually the youngest of all of my nephews to get into wrestling.
No, I love wrestling because, every time I step in the ring, I can be who I want to be, and have that fun and feel that energy, and it's been a constant in my family's life. It's, formed us, made us who we are, brought us together as a family. We owe everything to wrestling.
And Matthew's got all the potential for greatness. He's got the name, he's got the background. I know. I'm giving Matthew the best I can give him right now to accelerate his performance on this show.
I want my father to be proud of what I can do in wrestling. Hopefully I can go somewhere where it definitely it makes him proud and makes him proud that he had a hand in training me to go there.
Truly, there's never been a Hart father walking their son to the ring. And it's so nice to get to see that because my grandfather walked every one of his kids to the ring. Smith's the only one passing on the actual tradition, father to son.
I think it's incredibly important to Smith to have his son Matthew wrestle in front of a live Calgary audience, just like our dad Stu did and all of our brothers. It's important to Smith.
Wrestling has brought my father and I together.
Hey, Dad, how's it going? Good. That's nice to see you.
That's a good cat, eh?
Yeah, this is Mushu here.
We were very distant, and it's definitely helped cement that bond between us.
There is no more wrestling. It's sports entertainment now. I think fans like old school wrestling and the old school psychology, but there's a lot more to it than that alone. That's not going to draw. Wrestling evolved over the years.
Yeah, is there anything that you can suggest that I work on for this match coming up here with Mercury at all?
It's better to be solid and boring than flamboyant and missing the mark, and fans will jump on that and they call it phony, and things that require too much orchestration or staging as you're going through it where you're... Sorry. Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Smith?
Hi, who's this?
This is the South Health Campus DT department.
Yeah.
I'm just calling to confirm your appointment for Friday.
You know, it came as a very unpleasant surprise about my Uncle Smith with his prostate cancer. Certainly very tough, but the good news is that there is a lot of hope still. And, you know, my Uncle Brett, he just had surgery to remove his, and hopefully there's a bright future for Smith's treatment as well.
You know, we admire and respect him a lot, and we're really hopeful and confident that he gets through this battle with cancer and comes back better than ever.
I'll be seen at 10:15,
Yes.
and no food for at least 4 hours.
Yep, but clear fluids are fine, and you can take all your regular meds.
We just got to meet Smith for the first time last fall. His prostate has some cancer in there. There is a chance that that could continue to grow. So we do a handful of tests to look to see if that is spread somewhere else. And it looks as though it's spread to the bone, right? We call that metastatic cancer, so it's not just isolated to the prostate. And I know you've beat up your body as you've used it in the past through various injuries, and you weren't a big pill person. You didn't like taking stuff, but in this case, you're in a position where you have to. Right? And if we don't, you know, this will most likely continue to spread.
I see, okay.
When we were at the doctor's office earlier today, and he was telling me that there's a possibility that the cancer can spread, and the dangers of what exactly will happen if that's the case. You know, I hope my dad's okay. You know, I mean, I hope he can pull through this. I hope he has the strength and that these tests work. You know, because if he goes down that road where it's spreading and I lose the only parent that I have left, I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be tough. You know?
Matt had a rough childhood. Well, I guess Child Services felt it was too much of an unusual situation for Smith to be raising Matthew out of the family home. He wasn't actually working at the time, so Leanne Matthew's mother, was raising him. It seemed to be as satisfying everybody's needs until Matthew's mom died.
On my 13th birthday, social services granted that I was allowed to stay over at my mom's house overnight for my birthday. I was, you know, really happy. I got to come see my mom and, you know, stay over the night. The next day it's my birthday, and we had all these things planned. And I was gonna go wake my mom up, and I can remember the guy telling me not to bother, that he had already tried and it was hopeless. I ignored him, and I ran in there and I went to go wake my mom up, and I remember shaking her. And I didn't know what to do.
Child Services felt it was in the best interest of Matt to be placed in a foster home rather than live with his father, Smith, now a single parent, in the house of a bunch of wrestlers. And Smith was not really in a steady form of employment.
Matt's definitely seen the street, the worst possible stuff in his life. He's watched his mom die right in front of his face. But I don't see that in Matt when I watch him in the ring, and I don't see Matt acting like that when he's on the street. I see a really humble kid, like my grandfather, quiet, humble, delivering a certain type of authenticity to everything he says.
I was in gym class when they came and took me away from my family and brought me into foster care, and I had no clue that my father was fighting and trying to get me back. I had no contact with my family, and basically the wrestling dream was dead. The only way that I was able to watch was by watching it on YouTube at a friend's house and keeping that dream alive, that one day maybe I can be reunited with my family and pursue my dream as a professional wrestler. You got to find an outlet, and it's got to be a positive outlet, and it's got to be something which you live, breathe, eat, sleep. For me, thank God, you know, I've got wrestling. Mine's been wrestling, and it's been the gym. Basically trading one addiction in for another. It's just one addiction is going to keep you alive longer. The other one's going to put you 6 feet under. It's up to you to choose which one you want.
Yeah, good. Just to kind of be on the safe side, I want to get Matthew launched as well as I can as best I can, as soon as I can. That just means a lot of heart-to-heart diligence and you know, passing on my advice. Or you know, when you go to lock up, you don't have to necessarily lock up. You can just get them in a hold. I'm not even gripping you. It's just you know, it's control and leverage. If I want to grip you, then I can. You know, I can flip you. I can do whatever you want. Always hang on though. Don't let go of the grip.
I don't know who's more excited about the big match coming up, Matt or Smith. But at the end of the day, it's going to be fantastic.
Wrestling here in Calgary it's great. There's no other experience quite like it. I mean, the Calgary fans are probably some of the most loyal, most dedicated fans anywhere around.
I saw Smith peeking through the curtain, and the look on his face and the love for Matthew was unbelievable. I wish I had my dad peeking through the curtain to watch me.
It absolutely warms my heart a bit to see Smith walk out with Matt tonight. I so wish I could have done that with my dad. I know he's watching and he's proud.
Watching Smith at ringside, watching Matt in the ring, Smith was into the match and Matt was trying so hard. It was so emotional to see that.
You just got to be thankful, I guess, for every day that you're on this earth. You know, I mean, it's you get one shot. I woke up, I've changed my lifestyle, and I'm going to make the most out of what I have, and I'm going to do it with wrestling.
The match was a success. Smith was so proud, and Matt did a great job, and they did it together, and that's the main thing.
Life's made about, you know, a lot of precious moments. We only have so long on this earth, and we only have so long to spend with our loved ones. Him and his father, Smith, should spend as much time as they can together in the ring. And I think that both of them will cherish those moments forever.
Being a dad has definitely made Smith Hart a better person.
Once again, wrestling's brought my family back together again.
Can I call Matthew in and give him a big hug? Or that,
we can get that right after. I just
Okay.
love to get you sort of talking
Not
about
you, Matthew.